world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AUTV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
Good morning and welcome to the Hello Africa Morning Show, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities here in Accra, Ghana. And we begin with the top African news. My name is Philemon Edwards. Government is to train 50,000 persons with disabilities under the 1 million coders program to promote inclusive digital skills and expand participation in the digital economy. The Ministry of the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation is implementing the initiative alongside the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations. The University of Ghana, Legon, will serve as one of the implementing institutions following the presentation of 2,000 laptops to the university under the program.
The Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nathe George, announced the initiative at the University of Ghana. During the presentation of the laptops, he appealed to technology companies, telecommunication operators, financial institutions, and other corporate organizations to support the program through internships, mentorship, scholarships, equipment, and employment pathways for beneficiaries. He said the government was committed to ensuring that the benefits of the program reach every segment of society, including persons with disabilities, and that digital skills and artificial intelligence literacy had become essential for participation in the modern economy, regardless of physical ability. Mr. George added that the success of the program will depend on strong collaboration between governments, academia, and industry, noting that the private sector stood to benefit directly from a workforce equipped with practical digital skills. The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Abba Appiah Amfo, said the university was committed to ensuring the program was accessible to all students, including persons with disabilities, pointing to existing facilities such as Assistive Technology Laboratory. She said, with support from the ministry, the university was prepared to establish dedicated training centers to serve persons with disabilities, and that from next semester, 4 certifications under the program would be integrated into compulsory level 100 course on digital literacy and applied artificial intelligence.
The Ghana Agricultural Education Transformation Fund, known as GAFET, has been launched to support sustainable financing for agricultural education, innovation, and skills development in the country. 5 pioneering Ghanaian agri-businesses have contributed an initial 3.5 million cedis in seed funding, with the aim of growing the fund to 10 million cedis by December and 100 million cedis by the end of 2028. The Minister of Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, launched the initiative last Tuesday in Accra and invited other organizations to come on board.
Mr. Opoku cited an estimated annual funding gap of 12 million cedis facing agricultural education institutions. National development, he stressed, was a shared responsibility, and the private sector must not remain a spectator waiting for government to act, but must become an active partner in mobilizing resources and delivering sustainable solutions. The fund, he argued, demonstrated what public-private partnership could achieve with government providing direction while businesses, institutions, and citizens work together in the national interest. The lead coordinator of GAFET, Stephen Inshira Odatefu, said no nation could transform its agriculture without first transforming the institutions that educated its future agricultural leaders. He said for the first time in the country's history, a coalition of Ghanaian-led agribusinesses had come together to invest in the future of young agriculture students rather than in their own balance sheets, noting that the benefactor organizations were medium-sized enterprises built through hard work and perseverance. Representatives of the 5 benefactor companies, AgriSolve, Grow for Me, New Age Agri Solutions, Tradeline Consorts, and Farmline Consorts, said the sector could change the country's fortunes and that the future of agriculture would be built not only in the field, but in classrooms and laboratories. 5 agriculture colleges also presented their strategic plans to the sector minister at the event.
And still in Ghana, government has reiterated its commitment to transforming the country's oil palm industry with plans to support the establishment of 100,000 hectares of new plantations to boost domestic production, create jobs, and reduce dependence on imported palm oil. The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, announced this at the National Oil Palm Stakeholders Roundtable Forum in Accra on Wednesday, August 12th. He said the expansion would form part of a broader strategy to move the industry.
According to Mr. Opoku, the country was not lacking in agricultural policies and studies, but stressed that the priority now was implementation, coordination, and accountability, noting that policy only acquired value when it changed lives. He said, oil palm remained a strategic crop because of its links to agriculture and industry, supporting farmers, processors, traders, and manufacturers, while providing opportunities for women and young people and serving industries such as soap and cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, and bioenergy. The country continued to face a significant gap between domestic palm oil production and national demand, he noted, describing the deficit as representing lost jobs, underutilized processing capacity, reduced farmer incomes, and lost foreign exchange, as well as creating opportunities for smuggling and unfair competition. He said the Tree Crops Development Authority will strengthen registration, licensing, production planning, and quality assurance, and that formalization should be seen not as a burden, but as a foundation for investor confidence and access to premium markets. Mr. Poku pointed out that success should not be measured by acreage alone, but by the quality of planting materials, farm productivity, farmer incomes, and the inclusion of smallholders, women and young people, along with secure land arrangements and stronger market linkages. He appealed for greater access to high-yielding, climate-resilient planting materials, backed by research, certified nurseries, and extension services.
New scholarship argues that business schools have adopted the language of social impact, citing responsible leadership, the common good, and the UN Sustainable Development Goals without matching it with structural change. A 2021 Association to Advanced Colleges Schools of Business Insights article described the dominant research model as linear valorization, where knowledge flows from researcher to journal with little benefit to society, and proposed a catalyzing model built on co-creation instead. Scholar Ulrich Hommel adds that institutions can become fluent in the vocabulary of change while feeling less urgency to actually deliver it. The analysis identifies a structural divide in business schools between the upstream domain of academic research and doctoral education and the downstream domain of executive education and corporate partnerships. It argues the two operate as disconnected silos, with research rarely reaching practitioners and practitioner knowledge rarely feeding back into research. The proposed catalyzing model calls for the two to function instead as one continuous cycle, linking demand from industry directly to what gets researched and applied. The piece also distinguishes between engagement with the academic world, which it says is well-funded but largely self-referential, and engagement with corporate and community partners, which it says remains transactional, generating revenue rather than shaping research priorities. It argues the latter must become a genuine channel for practitioners to help set the research agenda. 3 changes are named as necessary: a properly resourced knowledge translational function, a governance body bridging research and engagement leadership, and reform of faculty incentives that currently reward only top journal publications. Scholar Ulrich Hommel is cited as identifying tuition costs and ranking systems as deeper structural barriers, pushing graduates toward higher-paying careers over social impact work. The analysis concludes that closing the gap between mission and practice requires structural redesign, not just better messaging. And in our final story, Facebook and Instagram owner Meta says it has taken down more than 750,000 accounts suspected to belong to Australians under 16 since a world-first ban on teen accounts took effect. The company says 462,000 suspect Instagram accounts and 294,000 suspect Facebook accounts were deactivated between December and June, up sharply from figures reported in January. The move comes as Australia's internet regulator considers legal action against platforms it says have failed to comply with the law, with representatives of Meta, TikTok, Google, and Snapchat due to give evidence at a parliamentary inquiry on Friday. The Australian government's ban, which took effect on December 10, was introduced over concerns about social media's impact on the physical and mental health of children and young teens. Government figures and independent studies have shown that more than 8 in 10 under 16s were still on social media in the ban's first 3 months. Australia has accused the platforms of intentionally setting the ban up to fail and has introduced legislation to double the maximum penalty for non-compliance to $99 million Australian dollars, while giving the regulator greater powers to obtain documents. Meta said enforcement was ongoing and that the numbers would continue to grow, adding that it shared the Australian government's goal of ensuring young people had safe, age-appropriate experiences online and maintained that it was meeting its obligation under the law. The company said it was using artificial intelligence to analyze user profiles for clues that an account may belong to someone under 16, such as references to birthday celebrations or school grades, as well as to review reports of suspected underage accounts. The company said it had also removed the option for users to make repeated attempts to set up a new account after a previous one had been deleted. A 2025 Australian trial of age assurance technology found that products on the market could effectively support the ban, and most large platforms, including Meta's, have rolled out photo-based age estimation software alongside age inference based on a user's online activity. And that's all for the top African news. Stay tuned for News Review after this break.
For 60 years, the Association of African Universities, AAU, has championed collaboration, innovation, and excellence in higher education across Africa. For 6 decades, universities across the continent have worked together to advance knowledge, develop human capital, and drive Africa's transformation. Now, as the AAU celebrates its Diamond Jubilee, the continent's higher education community is preparing for a landmark gathering. From 20th to 23rd July 2027, Nairobi Safari Park Hotel, Kenya, will host the 24th Conference of Rectors, Vice Chancellors, and Presidents of African Universities, COREVIP 2027, to commemorate AAU's 60th anniversary celebration. Co-hosted by KCA University, this special edition of COREVIP will bring together university leaders from across Africa, government policymakers, global higher education partners, industry leaders, development organizations, technology innovators, research institutions, youth, and student representatives and other higher education stakeholders. Convened under the theme Universities for Africa's Future, repositioning African universities for resilience, relevance, and global impact. The conference narrative connects leadership, investment, innovation, skills, AI, partnerships, and policy. Positioned as a springboard for the future, the program uses the anniversary to launch new initiatives, establish legacy mechanisms, secure commitments, generate declarations, and create investment opportunities among the numerous engagements, as the conference would be a continental policy platform attracting heads of states, presidents, prime ministers, education ministers, and development banks, among others. The conference also offers an opportunity for various communities of practice in higher education to meet, network among themselves, to strengthen their professional collaboration, and plan training sessions to enhance their delivery capacity. These categories of personnel include academic leaders, bursars and finance officers, university librarians, registrars and academic affairs officers, quality assurance officers, ICT and chief digital officers, student affairs and counseling officers, university advancement and partnership officers, researchers and student leaders. CoreVIP 2027 sponsors are not only exhibitors, but integrated into investment fora, roundtables, partnership marketplace, reception events, innovation pavilion, and an award ceremony. Universities and other academic networks are invited to leverage the AAU 68th Anniversary Summit to organize their mini summit alongside the Nairobi event. Be part of this historic Diamond Jubilee celebration. Register today and join us in Nairobi, Kenya from 20th to 23rd July 2027.
Are you a dynamic young graduate and a citizen of an ECOWAS member state? Are you looking to launch your career with a premium professional experience within a regional institution? This is your opportunity. ECOWAS is officially inviting applications for its one-year, fully paid professional immersion program. This unique initiative allows young professionals to actively contribute to regional integration strategies while developing high-level skills alongside industry experts. Application deadline is August 31st, 2026. For more information, visit the official webpage of the ECOWAS Young Graduates Professional Immersion Program. Don't miss the chance to make a meaningful impact on the region's development.
Applications are now open for the 2026-2027 African Trade Chambers National Service Program. The African Trade Chamber (ATC) is inviting applications from final year students and prospective national service personnel who are passionate about Africa's trade, investment, private sector development, and economic transformation. This opportunity offers graduates the chance to gain practical experience within a continental institution working at the forefront of trade facilitation, policy dialogue, investment promotion, research, and business development across Africa. Application deadline is September 4, 2026. For more information, visit the official website of the African Trade Chambers National Service Program.
Applications are now open for the 2026 Africa CDC Epidemiology Track Fellowship Program. Africa CDC has developed a Continental African Epidemic Service (AES) program, a flagship training program aiming to enhance the capacity, capabilities, and partnerships of Africa's public health institutions. Its primary goal is to build capacity of mid-level professionals to control, prevent, detect, and respond to disease threats and outbreaks by employing science, policy, and data-driven interventions and programs effectively and efficiently whilst learning from best practice across the continent. Application deadline is August 26, 2026. For more information, visit the official webpage of the African CDC Epidemiology Track Fellowship Program.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
In higher education, visibility is influence, and influence begins with strategic communication. AAU TV presents the Media Masterclass for higher education institutions, a practical, impact-driven training designed for communications officers, media and journalism students, researchers seeking greater visibility, and professionals ready to amplify institutional impact. Learn how to transform research into compelling stories, master digital content strategy, strengthen crisis communication, and optimize your institution's presence across broadcast and social media platforms. This is not just theory. It is hands-on, practical, and tailored specifically for Africa's higher education landscape. Join the AAU TV Media Masterclass. Register now. Limited slots available.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Ever wondered what drives ordinary people to do extraordinary things? Every week, a new story unfolds. But these aren't just stories. They are the journeys of courage, resilience, and vision. On Impact Stories, we open the door to remarkable personalities and everyday heroes. Experience the passion behind their purpose. Witness the setbacks, the breakthroughs, and the moment that defines a legacy. Journey with us on AAU TV every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we celebrate those who are making an impact. Tune in to Impact Stories, where real people share real journeys and real impact, each one leaving behind a legacy written in gold. Only on AAU TV.
This is Hello Africa on AAU TV.
Welcome back from that break, and you're still watching the Hello Africa Morning Show, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities in Accra, Ghana. My name is Philemon Edwards, and joining me to do the news review is my brother, Dr. Ajiman Ochedako.
Hi, Phil.
Good morning, sir.
I'm doing good by God's grace. Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And how was the weekend?
Very cool one. The weather is actually dictating the pace.
Okay.
So we stay indoors and we try and keep ourselves a bit warm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Mine was pretty short, so I am actually still somehow asleep, but I hope that I make it through the day.
You know, we're still within the phase of the shorter days,
yes,
longer nights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to gain through this and get used to the patterns, because these are
we'll have to
quite
manage.
dynamic moments.
We will have to manage. We don't have
Absolutely.
any choice.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so beginning our first story in the news review segment, the University of Cape Coast has launched its eCampus initiative, a structured online learning platform designed to expand access to postgraduate education for professionals in Ghana and abroad. Through the platform, qualified learners will be able to pursue selected UCC postgraduate programs online without relocating or putting their careers on hold. The launch coincides with the start of Professor Dennis Wolanyo Aheto's tenure as Vice Chancellor following his official investiture, with the university describing eCampus as a reflection of its continued commitment to academic excellence and wider access. So this is University of Cape Coast launching their eCampus initiative, and also coinciding with Professor Aheto's investiture. Doc, your initial thoughts on this as we delve into the stories immediately.
I mean, it's an incredible story from my point of view, because if you look at Ghana's higher education trajectory, you realize that schools like UCC have been one of the schools that have been stuck to the status quo.
True.
Dynamism in higher education when it comes to universities which are, I would say, state-owned, I mean, fully state-owned and enjoy subventions from government, we're not used to the evolution of higher education.
Okay.
When education evolved to become internationalized, where education became transnational,
okay, when
higher education became more open,
okay,
these institutions were not ebbing towards that pattern. And I mean, in the dawn of COVID-19 and somewhere in 2020, 2019, when we saw institutions now transitioning from face-to-face to digital, where people were using LMS platforms to study, these schools were still the lecture-based kind of stuff, because they were like, we are not used to the digital momentum when it comes to learning. But you find a visionary. I mean, there's always a leader who brings a different point of view, who sees differently. And kudos to Professor Dennis Wolanyo for that visionary mindset, that I want to take UCC, which is more of that's kind of modern Ghana-based education point of view, where we only deliver within our own space. We are moving towards an internationalized setting whereby we consider higher education not only within Ghana, stated in Cape Coast, but we are a university stated on the global stage.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, you can find UCC on the global map, and you can still be a student. You can be in Houston, Texas. You can be in Minnesota somewhere, and you can still be a student of UCC.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
and that is the direction I think, and it's creating access. You don't only need students in Ghana to be admitted. You can have students all over the world admitted both physically and virtually, where the platform comes in and plays a very major role. So kudos to him for this very important milestone.
Absolutely. I share the same sentiments because I am more impressed at the fact that they have thought about Ghanaians even abroad, or basically anybody abroad who wants to study through the UCC platforms which are being created currently. And the reason is that, you know, over the years, we have seen schools outside Ghana do some of these things, which have given many of us, even individuals like us, platforms to be able to study in other institutions while still living in our home countries. And some of these certificates, we are still doing a lot with them. We are working with them. We have learned a lot about whatever we need to do for our jobs, outside our jobs and things of that nature. So UCC, we are already in, is one of the best universities in Africa. So I am excited to know that at the moment they have taken the opportunity to do whatever they are doing now through this investiture. And for me, one of the most important things is that are the things that they are offering when it comes to these programs. Okay, so I see in there that there's business administration, there's AI, there's cybersecurity, data science, finance, project management, and then supply chain management. Then there's also healthcare management, HR, sustainability, and organizational leadership. And all of these have qualifications cutting through MBA, MSc, diploma, and PhD levels. Like, that's the beautiful thing for me, because I can't think beyond what was stopping us in achieving this in the first place. So I'm incredibly enthused about this, and then I'd actually see if I'll be able to take a course with them, you know.
So, I mean, there are some major challenges affecting higher education accessibility today, and one of which the Vice Chancellor is solving now. Education without borders. I shouldn't be present on campus for me to gain access to higher education. I should be able to gain access anywhere in the world. So this eCampus platform is providing that limitless access to anybody out there, and creating another component of open university within a closed or initially closed university system, which UCC was running in the past. Also, when it comes to infrastructure, it's very important. UCC's infrastructure portfolio is over 50 years old and more, 60 more. And you can't keep building complexes all because you want to house students, whilst you need money for research. So now another way of sustaining your gains and getting more revenue and still widening your students base or enrollment base is to create platforms like the eCampus platforms. Invest in them, because you can house more students on these cloud systems, have them access learning, and still be able to contribute to the school's growth and development without investing in buildings that takes lots of time and investment and drains you at the end of the day. So this is one of the ways we have been talking about as Education 4.0 many years ago, that we should think of innovative ways of widening access and sustaining our gains, which you see today through Professor Olanyo has taken that bold step that they will now create that access. And I think it should ripple out to other institutions out there to also learn on how they can sustain their gains through these virtual platforms.
Absolutely. The other thing that has also come up, which is generating conversations, is that this is going to be a real test as to whether employers and accreditation bodies will treat the online and on-campus qualifications as equivalents. And I have a challenge with that because, sadly, if anybody, random person, has a qualification from probably like a school in the or a university in America, but they gained it online, or a school in the UK, surprisingly, people or employers here want to accept that and employ those persons. But when it comes to schools in Ghana or Africa, we want to have challenges with that. And that is one of the key problems that I have. Why is it okay to want to accept an online certificate gained by any individual from a school in America or Europe, but we want to struggle to accept an online certificate for any school in Ghana or anywhere else in Africa. That's one of the big challenges that's coming up.
You know, Phil, I would treat this as just human stereotyping, all right? You stereotype
Absolutely.
about universities' locations. It doesn't matter whether you're in Ghana or in the US, you're still a university. What makes a university isn't where it's located. It is the quality of faculty they have. Now, GTech's main job on this initiative is to ensure that the programs that UCC is intending to run through the eCampus platform has got the right kind of human resource. Mean the faculty officers, the lecturers, are they having the right skills to run the programs? Because you can just put out there healthcare management and put anybody out there to run the program, anybody with an MSc. But the standard here in Ghana is that for you to lecture, you should have a PhD in that area of qualification, or have a proven record of education over that period within that area of expertise. Because we can only trust that the people you are providing that training to are having the best of skills and will be the best in the job market if we know that your faculty is also authentic. So GTech by now will be expecting UCC to be presenting to them the evidence, the proof of quality faculty they have. Who will be running this program? What is their background?
Okay.
Bring their records. Which school did they attend? Did they school in Ghana or even outside of Ghana? What is their evaluation? Have we evaluated their credentials? Before you get your PhD, before you can teach, you should go and evaluate your credentials. Have GTech check your background, check your institution. Maybe your institution is not even accredited in where it's coming from.
Yeah.
There are so many schools in Ghana who are not accredited, but are running programs and graduating students. There are so many programs run in Ghana which are not accredited. There are two different things.
Yeah.
Institutional accreditation and program accreditation.
Yeah.
That's why GTech will now publish long list of these schools. Beware of them. They're not accredited because they are running programs which are not accredited.
Yeah.
They haven't brought the evidence that the program is well thought through, has got the right quality staff to run it, and also the right infrastructure to also run it. You may have the good intentions, but do you have adequate infrastructure, laboratories, investments when it comes to systems to be able to run that program effectively? So all of these things and all these boxes ought to be checked for GTech to say we support you in accrediting this program, or else we will flag it. So I want to throw this challenge to UCC that with all the good faith they have in running these programs, they should also ensure that they don't jeopardize the future of their students who are somewhere trying to pursue these programs, only to realize that the program I just pursued has not been accredited by GTech. That would be a big shame. Should do the good due diligence, ensuring that every program they are rolling out on this eCampus is duly accredited and they are done checking out with GTech. So we can graduate and go and find our jobs in peace.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best you can do for us.
Absolutely. And overall, many professionals have the ambition to do further studies, but they do not have the time. So this comes in at a good time for
for
many
convenience,
people.
A+.
Yeah, and so it allows them not to step away from family and other responsibilities, but they can also do all these things while they're still upgrading themselves in life. And most importantly, eCampus is bringing the university closer to the learner. That's the biggest story in here for me.
Notwithstanding the points that there's more convenience with eCampus or e-learning, there's also the very important aspect about the quality.
True.
We all know how online learning is like. I mean, the convenience overshadows the essence of it, and we shouldn't allow that to happen. Even though you are not here, distance shouldn't be the reason why you can't access higher education. However, we should ensure that due diligence is observed through the rollout of e-learning, so that people are not just half-baked and sleep. People sleeping and their laptops are just on and they just use other means to present assignments. It should have some very important controls to ensure that students are not just having one eye closed, one eye open to outsmart the system, but rather the system is well formidable to ensure that everybody who is on it is checked and controlled and are given the very best of their efforts.
Absolutely. All right. On that note, we'll just get into our next story. And a senior official of the Food and Agriculture Organization, has described artificial intelligence as a powerful tool for farmers, while stressing that Africa needs its own data sets, language models, research capacity, and agri-tech firms to become a driver of the technology rather than only a consumer. So FAO's Deputy Regional Representative for Africa, Meshach Malo, said the continent had made major gains in combining historical weather data, satellite, and Earth observation information for climate services. However, he noted that less than 10% of Africa's farmers currently benefit from digital agriculture services, largely due to connectivity limitations in rural areas. All right, so we'll go on a quick break and then we'll resume the story again shortly. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
For 60 years, the Association of African Universities, AAU, has championed collaboration, innovation, and excellence in higher education across Africa. For 6 decades, universities across the continent have worked together to advance knowledge, develop human capital, and drive Africa's transformation. Now, as the AAU celebrates its Diamond Jubilee, the continent's higher education community is preparing for a landmark gathering. From 20th to 23rd July 2027, Nairobi Safari Park Hotel, Kenya will host the 24th Conference of Rectors, Vice Chancellors, and Presidents of African Universities, COREVIP 2027, to commemorate AAU's 60th anniversary celebration. Co-hosted by KCA University, this special edition of COREVIP will bring together university leaders from across Africa, government policymakers, global higher education partners, industry leaders, development organizations, technology innovators, research institutions, youth and student representatives, and other higher education stakeholders. Convened under the theme Universities for Africa's Future, repositioning African universities for resilience, relevance, and global impact, the conference narrative connects leadership, investment, innovation, skills, AI, partnerships, and policy. Positioned as a springboard for the future, the program uses the anniversary to launch new initiatives, establish legacy mechanisms, secure commitments, generate declarations, and create investment opportunities among the numerous engagements, as the conference would be a continental policy platform attracting heads of states, presidents, prime ministers, education ministers, and development banks, among others. The conference also offers an opportunity for various communities of practice in higher education to meet, network among themselves to strengthen their professional collaboration and plan training sessions to enhance their delivery capacity. These categories of personnel include academic leaders, bursars and finance officers, university librarians, registrars and academic affairs officers, quality assurance officers, ICT, and Chief Digital Officers, Student Affairs and Counseling Officers, University Advancement and Partnership Officers, researchers, and student leaders. CoreVIP 2027 sponsors are not only exhibitors, but integrated into investment fora, roundtables, partnership marketplace, reception events, innovation pavilion, and an award ceremony. Universities and other academic networks are invited to leverage the AAU 60th Anniversary Summit to organize their mini summit alongside the Nairobi event. Be part of this historic Diamond Jubilee celebration. Register today and join us in Nairobi, Kenya from 20th to 23rd July 2027.
Hello, Africa. Keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Ever wondered what drives ordinary people to do extraordinary things? Every week, a new story unfolds. But these aren't just stories. They are the journeys of courage, resilience, and vision. On Impact Stories, we open the door to remarkable personalities and everyday heroes. Experience the passion behind their purpose. Witness the setbacks, the breakthroughs, and the moment that defines a legacy. Journey with us on AAU TV every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we celebrate those who are making an impact. Tune in to Impact Stories, where real people share real journeys and real impact, each one leaving behind a legacy written in gold. Only on AAU TV.
Hello, Africa. Keep watching AAU TV.
I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, AUTV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AUTV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
This is Hello Africa on AAU TV. This is Hello Africa on AAU TV. This is Hello Africa on AAU TV.
Welcome back from that break, and you're still watching the Hello Africa Morning Show coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities. We'll come back and discuss that FAO program later on, but right now I have with me guests from FAWE, and then we'll go through very important subject with them. So just to give you an understanding of what we're about to discuss, thousands of young Ghanaians miss out on tertiary education every year due to financial barriers and academic gaps. The Forum for African Women Educationalists Ghana, FAWE Ghana, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, is currently accepting applications for 2 opportunities under the FAWE MasterCard Foundation Phase 2 program, which supports young people from marginalized backgrounds to move from secondary education into tertiary education and eventually employment or entrepreneurship. That's the first is cohort 4. The first is cohort 4 of the bursary program, offering 200 fully funded bursaries for eligible young people to pursue HND or 2-year STEM-related programs. The second is the WASI and Certificates 2 remedial program, which helps students improve their results again and gain tertiary admission. And then they also go on to pursue STEM degree programs. Applications for this close on the 21st of August 2026. So joining me to discuss this, Ms. Naomi Dakon. She's Communication and Advocacy Officer from FAWE Ghana. Welcome, Ms. Dakon. So and also Mr. Richard Amweni, Executive Director of FAWE Ghana. You're both welcome.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you.
Yeah, yes, it has been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but it's good to see you as always. All right, so let's begin with you, Ms. Dako. So for viewers who are just hearing about this for the first time, what is the FAWE MasterCard Foundation Phase 2 program, and what gap are you trying to close for young people in Ghana?
Right. Thank you so much, Phil. And good morning to your listeners, your viewers. The FAWE MasterCard Foundation program is an initiative or a partnership between FAWE, which is Forum for African Women Educationalists, and then the MasterCard Foundation. And it's basically giving or creating pathways for young women and men from marginalized communities across Ghana to have access to tertiary education. What we identified through our scoping research was that some people from various marginalized communities are unable to pursue tertiary education due to barriers that we all know, financial barriers, and then limited resources, poverty, so many other things. And so what this initiative seeks to do is to create or give them the opportunity, give them room to be able to pursue tertiary education, but mostly in the TVET and the STEM programs.
Great.
Because we're trying to also make people know that there are so many opportunities, especially employment opportunities and entrepreneurship opportunities, and that the TVET and STEM programs. So it's basically, as an initiative, it was, there's the phase 2. This is phase 2. So obviously there was phase 1. It was piloted in Ethiopia, Rwanda, and then Uganda. Yes, but this phase 2, after its success, the MasterCard Foundation decided to extend it to 7 other countries. So it's currently being run in 10 countries, and Ghana is included. The target is 1,100 participants, and we've done cohorts 1, cohort 2. So it's actually cohort 3 now that we're doing the recruitment. Yes, cohort 3, and then the bursary program. So for cohort 1, we had 200 participants across various institutions, which are like our partner institutions. And then cohort 2, we have 200 participants as
Okay.
well. So this one is to also get 200 participants and then bring on board the participants from the bridging program. We call our beneficiaries participants because without them, the program will not be exercised. So we believe that they are participating in the project or the program that we are running. So that's basically it about the FAWE MasterCard Foundation Phase 2 program.
Absolutely impressive. So, Mr. Amweni, there are two opportunities in this situation. Okay, there's the bursary program and then the remedial program. Can you please break down the difference in these two for us?
Thank you very much, and greetings to your listeners. So we have two programs, as you rightly said. The bursary program is a maximum of a 3-year program.
Okay.
And so we expect that anyone that is enrolled into that program is going to pursue a STEM-related program in either a technical university or TVET institution across the country. And so you can do a maximum of 3 years and a minimum of 2 years. This program is fully sponsored. And fully sponsored in the sense that you are supposed to receive everything that you need to ensure that you are able to complete your education. So accommodation, fees, laptop, stipends, and everything that the student or the participant need to enable the participant to complete the 3-year program or the 2-year program. And so for this session of the program, you have to ensure that you, the participant, you have made the requisite a grade that requires you to pursue the program. What it means is that you have to pass, you have to gain admission into one of our partner institutions. We are working with all the 10 technical universities, and we are also working with the UPSTEC. It used to be called Apia Minka University of Skills Development and Entrepreneurship. Now it's called UPSTEC because they have taken the Apia Minka off. So these are the institutions that we are working with, so long as the bursary program is concerned. So it's purely STEM related, but maximum of 3 years. What it means is that if you want to pursue a degree program, you don't qualify to apply for the bursary program because maximum is 3 years. And degree, we all know that is maximum of 4 years. And so that is purely about the bursary program. Now, the remedial program is a unique program. Actually, it's a program that we call the bridging program or access to higher education certificates for students who could not make the required grade or what GenTech will call meet the minimum requirement to pursue degree program. And so that option is purely for degree. But before you can apply for that program, you should be able to tell us that you could not have access to education, tertiary education. If we say someone could not have access to tertiary education, what it means is that the person could not gain automatic admission to pursue a degree program. Because GenTech says that anyone who wants to pursue a degree program in Ghana, in any of our universities, being technical university or what we call the traditional universities, you need to ensure that you have a minimum of C6. The worst scenario. That is the minimum requirement
for any of the courses.
Any of the subjects and any of the courses that you. If you have anything above C6 in any of your subjects, you don't meet the minimum requirements that have been set by GenTech. What it means is that you can use a different pathway. We have what we call the upgrade. That is where people go and do either certificate or a diploma or HND. And after that, you do a top-up. Then we know sometimes, but UCC have what we call the mature entry, where when you are 25 years and above, you sit and write for exams. Then when you pass, you now go and do the selected program. That also is a pathway. Then we also have the access program. UCC used to run an access program where they prepare students for a maximum of 3 months or 6 months. And after they have prepared them, they write a certain papers. And once they pass, then they transit and do the degree program. Then we have the direct entry. That's the normal one that you have passed and you apply for the university and you get admission. What it means is that if you don't use any of these 3 pathways that we have mentioned, the only pathway that you are left with is to go and reset your paper and try to reapply. And so what FAWE seeks to do is that we identify students or participants that could not meet the minimum standard that have been set by GenTech. Okay. But we are saying that these people could not meet this minimum requirement, not because they are not good students, because there are students that have been able to make all A's and makes only one paper. Okay. And that one paper, we refer it as a weak pass, because if you get D7, it is a weak pass. You haven't failed the paper. True. But per the standard set by the regulator, it will not qualify you. Yeah. And so we are saying that these people have this weak pass, not necessarily because they are not good students, but because of certain factors, such as lack of infrastructures or inadequate infrastructures, or they come from background where it is not no fault of theirs. Teachers are not willing to go to those places, or they come from this category C schools, where we know that they lack a lot of resources, and for that reason, students struggle on their own. They find themselves in community where parents are willing to let them drop and go and support them in farms, and they will come and write the same paper with those who are in Presec and other areas.
Highly unfair.
I remember I had a story that I share with the vice chancellors when I met them about 2 weeks or a month ago. My nickname is Esu. Okay. And that nickname came as a result of I couldn't spell is when I was in Form 1. Oh, okay. And so that's how I spell is. And I gave background to why I got myself into that point where I could not even spell is. And I was not still aware that I could not spell is. Okay. I was in class 4. The whole class 4, we didn't have any teacher. Wow. Class 5, there was no teacher, no fault of ours. Class 6, we have one teacher, and the teacher taught us only mathematics. And so when they move all of us to Form 1, Naya Bon, that is the sincere truth. Okay. The whole group, we have no idea whatever. And this school that I'm talking about is not far away from Accra. It's just about 45, maximum of 1 hour drive from Accra. And that happens to us. And so one afternoon, you know those days when you close school, they will have assembly, they will do parade and everything. During the assembly session, whilst we are about to close, the AGRIC teacher just come and mention that, oh, these Form 1 students are very good. And so they are calling someone to come and spell a word for us before we leave. Unfortunately, my name was mentioned. I was called upon to stand in front, asked me to spell is. And I said confidently, Eso. Wow. They say clap for him. I repeated 3 times, they clap for me. My community was about a 30-minute walk. Okay. I got into my community, I wasn't aware that I couldn't spell is. Wow. It was when my auntie's son asked a certain young boy, 4 years, Ata, spell me is, and Ata say is. That was the only point I realized I couldn't spell is. Wow. And so would you say that it is my fault? And there are thousands of students
more examples like this
across length and breadth of the country. And this intervention seeks to support these people that due to not fault of their own, but because of systemic challenges that we are confronting with, to give them a second chance opportunity to ensure that they can also be able to transit to do tertiary education. And that's why the second model that we call in Ghana the remedial recruitment, which in 9 countries we call it the bridging program, is also part of this model. So that's the distinction. While the first one concentrates solely on a maximum of a 3-year HND program, the second one is a pure degree program. However, you can only get into it when you can prove to us that as at the time of application, you do not have access to tertiary education to pursue a straightforward degree program. And as you could not meet the GenTech minimum requirement standard they have set for all degree programs in Ghana.
Okay. All right. Very, very beautiful illustration using yourself as an example. And I think it makes a lot of sense and you can relate. So I'm not surprised that you're championing this course. But let me find out again from you, who is eligible to apply for the bursary program?
So the bursary program, anyone who is a young man or a young woman in Ghana and is a Ghanaian and is between the ages of 15 and 25, you qualify to apply for, and you have either have your WASI or you have certificates, two certificates, as those who attend the technical schools. And anyone who is a refugee in Ghana, if you are a refugee and you are in Ghana, you also qualify. So the refugee community also qualifies to apply for. And you know, recently, because of the issue that happened in the Volta region and even what is still going on in Boko, there are people who are within Ghana, but we call them internally displaced. They are not enjoying in their community because of whatever challenge and struggles that goes on. So all internally displaced person also qualify. But what we are looking for is that you have to make sure that you fall within the age that I have mentioned, 15 to 25. You have to make sure that you have passed all your exams in the SS or the technical institution that you attended, and you have gained admission in one of the technical universities that we have in Ghana, or the 10 technical university, and one University of Skills and Development, which is USTECT. These are the 11 institutions that we are using to run the bursary program. And we are encouraging persons with disability and refugees to apply. And we are looking at a percentage of 80 for female and 20 for male. And so we are encouraging young women to apply for this. And all those who are supposed to apply are those who are going to pursue pure STEM program. I emphasize on the pure STEM program because there are programs that we term as STEM, but it is ambiguous. You have to defend it. You have to explain and tell someone, but we want the pure STEM that you don't need any explanation. If you are going to do engineering, you don't need any explanation. If you are going to do a building and construction, you don't need it. So those are the pure STEM program that we are looking for. So once you fall within this categorization, you qualify to apply for this bursary program.
Ms. Dakon, let me ask you this because you're a lady. What is inciting the percentages, the 80-20?
Because we all know we can tell the gap when it comes to or representation in STEM fields. A lot of we see a lot of men pursuing those. So this program or initiative seeks to just encourage more young women to take up courses in the STEM fields so that we can increase the number of women participating in the STEM areas.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Women supporting women.
Exactly.
Anyway, so still with you, Ms. Dakon. I mean, beyond academic support, does the program offer any kind of mentorship, leadership, or life skills components alongside
it does. Mr. Mwini already mentioned that it's a comprehensive scholarship. So we are not just giving you funding to go to school. We are looking at how you turn out as a person. So we have something we call the extended orientation program embedded, or is part of this this initiative that we are doing. And what it seeks to do is to equip these young people with leadership skills, entrepreneurship skills, life skills, whatever it is, even mentorship. The mentorship is also a component of this program. So they will be paired with people who are already in the industry, or the professionals who are already in the industry, to guide them on how to become whatever they want to become. And then even on campus, how they live their lives, because at the end of the day, we also want them to become leaders in their various communities. There's a give back component embedded in the program where these young people are supposed to be examples or good examples to their younger people, to their community. So if you do not build their leadership skills, if you do not build them as a person, give them that comprehensive mentorship and counseling, psychosocial supports, whatever it is, if you don't give them that needed support, they will not be able to give back properly to their communities. So all these are embedded in the program so that they can go back, give back to the community, because we want that total transformation, not just in your academics, in your life as well.
Right. Okay. So the program deadline is a few days away on the 21st of August. So what should any interested young person do immediately, and what documents should they have ready so they are not disqualified on any technicality?
Maybe I'll talk about what they need to do immediately.
Great.
If you know that you qualify, Mr. Mwini has talked about the requirements for the two programs. If you want to pursue STEM program and you want to do HND, which is 3 years in Ghana, or diploma, which is 2 years in Ghana, just rush to the FAWE Ghana website, which is fawegh.org, and then look for the link to the application and then apply. You don't have to think twice. You don't have to overthink it. If you know you meet any of the requirements, just quickly apply. And if you know someone who may be interested, if you know someone who qualifies as well, you can share this opportunity with that person so that the person applies as well. Mr. Mwini, maybe you would want to touch on.
Yeah, so I think that is what you have said, but make sure that you are applying to a program in STEM.
Yes.
If it is not STEM, what it means is that you have applied all right, but you are not going to be considered.
Exactly.
And so I remember my team on the field in all the 16 regions in Ghana, and someone called me passionately and said that we met a certain young girl who is physically disabled, and she has a good grade, but she wants to do fashion. I said, well, unfortunately, I'm doing my program is supporting STEM, and so let us not move with motions. There are other intervention that is being going on, which is being done by other partners, and even government of Ghana has introduced other intervention. But for this particular intervention, our focus is on STEM, and for the females, we are looking for them moving to the male-dominated STEM areas. And so once that is the area of your interest, you rush, as Naomi rightly said, to apply to the website and to our social media handout. And you can even visit any of the education office at the regional, at the district level. And if you need any support, they can give you that support before the deadline closes on 21st August.
Just to add that the applications are absolutely free. You do not have to pay any third party. You do not have to pay any other person to assist you. If you need assistance, you can always call our numbers or just go on our social media platforms. You find the numbers there, and you can also send us an email at fawegh@fawegh.org, and then we'll respond to you. But applications are free. Don't fall for any scam. You do not have to pay any dime to anyone at all.
All right, so last was Mr. Mwini. If you could leave our viewers with one message about these opportunities before the deadline, what would it be?
That would be this is a golden opportunity for tertiary education and for a lot of our young people to have this second chance opportunity. This is a second chance, so let us not mix that second chance opportunity. We are encouraging all young people between the ages of 15 and 25 not to miss this second chance opportunity. You have no excuse to say your mother do not have the resources. You have no excuse to say you are a first generational graduate or you are a first generational SS graduate from your family. There's a golden opportunity where every single thing that you need to ensure that you complete your education and move to the field of work is being provided for you. And so let us grab this opportunity and rush and ensure that we also join this cohorts as we move on to the next level. Thank you.
All right, so you have heard it all from our colleagues, or let me say our officials from FAWE Ghana. And if you missed that, I've just been speaking with Ms. Dakon, who is the Communication and Advocacy Officer from FAWE Ghana, and also Mr. Richard Amweni, who is the Executive Director from FAWE Ghana. We'll be back after this break with more. Stay tuned.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aauLMS@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Hello, Africa. Keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Ever wondered what drives ordinary people to do extraordinary things? Every week, a new story unfolds. But these aren't just stories. They are the journeys of courage, resilience, and vision. On Impact Stories, we open the door to remarkable personalities and everyday heroes. Experience the passion behind their purpose. Witness the setbacks, the breakthroughs, and the moment that defines a legacy. Journey with us on AAU TV every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we celebrate those who are making an impact. Tune in to Impact Stories, where real people share real journeys and real impact, each one leaving behind a legacy written in gold. Only on AAU TV.
Welcome back from the break, and this is still the Hello Africa morning show. And so we'll go back to the FAO story that I talked about earlier, and I'll just go back to the brief and then we'll continue on the story. So a senior official of the Food and Agriculture Organization has described artificial intelligence as a powerful tool for farmers, while stressing that Africa needs its own data sets, language models, research capacity, and agri-tech firms to become a driver of the technology rather than only a consumer. FAO's Deputy Regional Representative for Africa, Meshach Malo, said the continent had made major gains in combining historical weather data, satellite and Earth observation information for climate services. However, he noted that less than 10% African farmers currently benefit from digital agricultural services, largely due to connectivity limitations in rural areas. Doc, very interesting story here.
Absolutely.
I always like the sound of technology when we are talking about things we have been doing traditionally already, which obviously includes farming, because since the days of the beginning of the world, as long as Christians know, when God created heaven and earth, it was God put the earth in the hands of Adam to tell it. Yeah. So from back in those days till now, and we are talking about AI and farming, it absolutely excites me. What's your take on this story as we get into the details?
I think it will do a great good for you watching us or anybody watching us to appreciate why AI in agriculture. It hasn't really see.
Yeah.
People don't really get the connection. So AI is that machine ability to big data that you and I can't even get access to.
Okay.
If I'm to ask you to give me a 20-year trend of climate patterns and crop and harvest, crop harvest, it have been bumper or it's been pest attack, outbreak. Just give me that data. It will take us a long while to get that information. And what AI can do is that AI has that ability to gain access to all areas, all repositories, and bring together all what I've asked it and summon it to my front in one prompt and summarize it in a way that will appreciate the trend and know what to do. Today, we are seeing AI's role in agriculture as a means of boosting it. And I think that it is the way to go. When we said AI has come for good and is coming to provide effectiveness and efficiency, people thought, I mean, people are still fighting back. But whether you like it or not, AI has the ability to propel every discipline that we're in, unless you don't want to introduce it.
True.
And in this sector, today AI is being attached to IoT, which is the Internet of Things.
Yeah.
So the smartwatches, you name it. So many devices which are wearable, in so many ways, which are backed by internet to help you get information. So it's not limited to your laptop, or tablet, or mobile phone. Even your ring, your watch, your earpiece, even your shades,
your glasses,
glasses can still give you take you a notch closer to the internet.
Yeah.
And now you are bringing AI, artificial intelligence ability, to give you information at any time you need it, backed by the internet.
Yeah.
In AGRIC. Somewhere in Kenya last year, we sat with some researchers at Konza City, which is a very, I would say, a tech hub developed by the Kenyan government to help become the tech brain of the country, where research, when it comes to technology, will be embedded or will be driven. And we saw products like an AIoT device that can be used to test for fish farmers. If you're a fish farmer, you want to know how hot or how warm or how cold my pond is. There's a device that you will dip into these ponds, and then they will give you notifications that the temperature is below average. So open the tap so fresh water can come in. Go and feed them. Your fish, one is dead. It will give you the information because it is detecting the water. This is the kind of information we need. Farmers also need the same information. How do you know your soil is good? How do you know that your crops are in good condition? How do you know that you are well prepared when it comes to climatic changes? Farmers need to be informed. Farming is information. If you miss the raining period, like the last time we saw heavy rainfall was 29 June. Since then, it hasn't rained. It hasn't rained very well.
And we're in August now.
And farmers are like, we didn't bargain for this. Today, the weather will be quite cloudy, but no rain. And farmers are...
And sadly, it feels warm even with the clouds.
Can you imagine? Farmers are now worried that how can we grow our crops if it's not raining? Because rainfall, it's important. So you need information to know when to plant, when to harvest, and even what to do. So right now, if I have AI helping me, AI can tell me, in the next 2 months, the weather patterns, how do we get our weather forecast? I mean, it's trends. And you need a trend to inform you that, well, reliably, there can be cloudy, slight rainfalls or mist or whatsoever. So farmers need to know, those who are into cocoa farming need to know that, well, for the next 3 months, you wouldn't have the sunshine the way you want it. So start drying your cocoa or open your cocoa pot around 12 p.m. You may get an hour rainfall, an hour sunshine. AI can do that prediction. AI can do that prediction through, I would say, extensive big data, and say, today, you can get sunshine for an hour. So farmers, prepare yourself. Be well positioned for that sunshine. And then afterwards, keep it back. There'll be rainfall. So you need AI in the business to do what you cannot do, to read the trends that you cannot read. Because AI has the capacity and the access to big data. And the machine has learned enough to not make mistakes, but to give you the right predictions that you need. So I think it's a great call that we embrace AI in agriculture for farmers to also be a notch ahead than they used to be before.
I mean, for me, beyond AI generally, I think that farmers in Africa should be open to technology when it comes to farming. I say this because I have recently tried something with an app that I can't remember the name offhand now, but it was an app I downloaded to try something because somebody told me about it. So it's an app that basically when you have on your phone and you have a crop, maybe let's say tomato plants that are not growing well, you could take a shot of the tomato plant with the app. It has, when you get into the app, there's a function that allows you to take pictures. You take it, and then after the pictures, it scans the plant and is able to diagnose what exactly is wrong. And then you know that, okay, maybe I need to apply a certain kind of manure or this or that. Maybe this is why the plant is dying and it's not yielding fruit. So these are the kinds of things that I think that technology has to offer. I remember when I did my master's, I wrote on the use of podcasts as a knowledge sharing tool for poultry farmers because I've had an experience in poultry farming. And information was quite difficult to access. Back then, you would have extension officers visit you. But I was doing farming in an urban area in Accra. You hardly find extension officers around here. And looking for information was really tough. That was what led me to do that thing. And I saw the gaps where you could tell that several farmers I interviewed as part of the thesis told me they have not even met an extension officer once, ever. So if they need information and they can't find it on the internet, there's somewhere they have to go to. There's a place where we get vaccines for the birds. You go there because this person is knowledgeable, then they're able to tell you. For a certain fee, you are able to engage this person to visit your farm, to study the birds, and that's how you are able to learn. But what if there was a podcast that could, address some of these things, and then farmers do not have to go to a certain place to look for information. They just have to get a smartphone, get into this podcast, listen to whatever episode which is addressing whatever kind of problem we are talking about, and then they have solutions. So these are the kind of things that farmers in Africa need to be thinking about. It saddens my heart that sometimes when we talk about technology and AI, people get scared about the fact that they're going to lose jobs, they're going to lose revenue and things of that nature. But like you said in your opening statement here, these things are not here to take away our jobs. These things are enhancing the lives of people in the 21st century, especially when technology is all we see around us. So I would just want to encourage farmers across Africa, not only in Ghana, let's be open to some of these initiatives. Okay, it's going to go a long way to help us. One of the major things also for me is how various governments across Africa are, treating the subject of technology and AI when it comes to, what's it called? Farming. Somehow, some way, I've seen some articles that suggest to me that governments are not willing to push so much because in the traditional setups, somehow, some way, people make monies. You know how corrupt we can do stuff in Africa and, any other place. But when it comes to some of these interventions, people do things around it. So they would rather want to go the traditional way because there are loopholes in there that systems cannot, the new systems would block out. And then people can't make monies off in that regard. So as a result of that, the investment when it comes to technology is not so much So it looks like people who are supposed to lead the war and help integrate farmers into this new era are equally holding back, or probably not giving all the information that there is to give. They will only put in something when there's a bit of pressure, where people who are thinking possibly feel like, okay, we've seen this results elsewhere, why can't we try it in our own dispensation? Things of that nature. It's one of the biggest challenges I am looking at when it comes to AI and technology in things like farming, which is seriously traditional because it's been there before many of us were born.
You know, Phil, there is no gain. The loss is on us as a country if that is how we want.
That is why I do not understand why people in office don't see some of these things.
Don't you appreciate 10 years ago, we had been introduced to genetically modified organisms.
True.
And it changed the face of agriculture. If you pick a GMO plant or a GMO-induced plant to a local one, everybody likes the way the GMO type is plummeting, looking so attractive. If I say it's GMO, you will not like it. It is inorganic, but it looks nice. The organic one looks lean and a bit rusty. It is technology. Why are we in Ghana and some crops go out of season? It takes a lot of research and development to be able to get more out of some crops. So there is no gain in trying to block the gate so technology will not permeate into agriculture because we want to stay traditional. What has traditional means done for us? Traditional means has already created shortage. Yeah, I mean, what is the gain? But if we do more research and introduce technology, we're able to widen or increase our harvest. The late Professor Emeritus Kudosaf, he was into agriculture. And when this man tells you what he has done to gain lot of crops, the fertilizer he applied, the chemicals he made, his own self-invented tools and techniques to be able to get more out of what he was doing. This is technology. But it was never adopted. This was not circular innovation. This was technology. But we don't seem to believe in the power of technology and how it will turn this around. It is always good to be efficient. Get more out of what you do. And that's what we don't do that in our part of the world. If you are doing something and your harvest is the same way for over a period of time, you've not made anything beyond that standard, then you are not growing. Your growth is measured by the ability to get more out of the same approach you did. That's when we say there's progress. So we should see the need to adopt technology. Go to the farmers. Don't just go and speak to them. Show them the way. Let them be in charge of what they are doing. The farmer should not wait for an extension officer to access him in that rural area before they can get solutions to their problem. Rather, show them a means. As you were saying, using phones and apps to diagnose issues, using scanning them. Yes, today you can pick your phone, see an insect, scan it, and it can tell you what that insect is and what they do. A farmer who is in a farm has seen something wrong with their crop, and they can't tell what it is. You are waiting for a extension officer to come to you to tell you what it is. I mean, create that room for them. Unless we don't want to create an enabling environment. The thing is, create an enabling environment where every one of them is empowered and enabled to be able to chart their own course. So as a farmer, when I see a yellow pod on my cocoa, I am able to scan and say, okay, this yellow pod is this disease. And if I don't do this, if I do this, because AI will tell you, this is yellow pod. It comes as a result of this insect. If you don't treat it with this benzene or ABCD or this fertilizer or this insecticide, it will destroy the cocoa seed or the fruit, and you will lose. Therefore, do this. Why should government not promote this?
I think if we mean well as a country and we want collective good of every farmer in this country, we should empower them.
Yeah.
Put them on the tech path.
Absolutely. So since we are talking about access gaps, and one of the major challenges or core limitations remains connectivity, because we're talking about AI, we're talking about technology. And many farmers, especially smallholder farmers in rural areas, may not stand the chance to benefit from these kinds of things. So what it also means is that we need to extend the connectivity radar, go beyond the urban areas. Because to be honest, most farmers are not even in the urban areas.
Yes, they are all in rural areas.
In the rural areas. So what it means is that we need to consider these things and expand infrastructure in these areas.
Absolutely.
It is the only way we can scale up quickly. You know, I think sometime last week we discussed on the show when we're talking about how Bella and I were talking about how much we often are talking about food security, but every other thing else regarding safety and how to preserve these foods we are talking about, we don't invest so much in it. This is part of the problem.
Absolutely.
So we need to look at it as a whole, let me say, a whole space on its own, give it a 100% commitment. Let's forget about what corporate bodies will do with technology. Let's think about human survival. Everybody eats. We are talking about agriculture here. If you don't eat all of the things that you are thinking about, there's no way you will not even have the nutrients in your body to keep you going to achieve all these goals that you have set for yourself. Beginning of the year, you are doing corporate meeting strategy sessions. This is the core point of it. So we need to expand connectivity infrastructure across all of that. I'm not even talking about only Ghana. Sometimes when we are talking, because we are basically in Ghana, most people think we are just talking about Ghana. This is a problem in most African places, because I've seen several videos of farmers on YouTube and they talk about basically almost the same thing. Because when you see where these farms are located or situated, I mean, you can just tell that probably the nearest telephone mast will be several kilometers away, which means that there's no infrastructure there. So if a farmer needs to do anything, do they have to be in town, go find all their information and come back? There are some of the things that when you're doing, you need to be on your site. When you find the information, you apply it as you have seen it. What happens if you have to wait, you go get information, come and apply it, and you have to go? I mean, it's a waste of time. We need to put all of these things into proper perspective. And then also, Africa has a major challenge of reliable electricity in major African countries. I mean, this is the 21st century. This is 2026, for crying out loud. We can't keep doing these kinds of things and think that we will progress. I am sad every time when we talk about the potential of Africa and what we can do, and then we're still struggling with basic problems like electricity. I don't know what we can do to end these things. Rather, we fight unreasonable fights.
Yeah.
And
it's unfortunate.
I don't know. It saddens my heart. So I think that we need to do a great good service to ourselves by handling some of this access problems properly, and then we'll be able to make proper progress in terms of agriculture and other things. Well, so the key takeaways here will be that AI is already changing what is possible in the African sense of agriculture, from weather forecasting to market intelligence. But without addressing connectivity, fragmented data, and skills gaps, the benefits risk bypassing smallholder and rural farmers who need them the most. And Africa risks remaining a consumer of AI rather than a shaper of it. I mean, this couldn't be better.
It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
If you pride yourself that some rural areas are the food baskets of the country, and you just stop there. They have poor roads that access the urban areas. That causes food prices to go high, because it takes a whole a difficult time for someone to go there and then transport the food from there, and therefore they come around and they just increase their price because they do too. I mean, what's the point? What's the point?
Yeah.
We are not helping the system if we are not provided. If we believe that they need the food baskets and we hold them in high esteem, we should be able to assist them for them to be more efficient. So they can do more than they used to do if you assist them, if you support them with these basic things. Electricity, I mean, it shouldn't be hard to say, to ask for. Internet, it's sad when I travel to Kumasi and then when I get to some areas and then my network is off.
Completely gone, yeah.
Like, really?
Not even a single bar, yeah.
It's off.
Yeah.
What exactly are we looking for? What exactly is the point?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not right.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back after this break to still talk about AI, but this time around in terms of education on Lifestyle segment. Stay tuned.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome back from that commercial break, and you're welcome to the Lifestyle segment. My name is Philemon Edwards, and this is still the Hello Africa morning show. And I did promise that when we come back, we'll still be talking about AI, but this time in the context of education. So for many university students, the final year project defense is one of the most nerve-wracking moments of their academic journey. Facing a panel of lecturers and experts, explaining months of research under pressure and answering questions you may not have anticipated. It is an experience that leaves many students feeling underprepared and anxious. A young Ghanaian innovator is using artificial intelligence to change that. Etonam Amekuji is the founder of Addition Body, an AI-powered academic tool designed to help final year university students prepare for their thesis and project defenses, from uploading research work and practicing likely panel questions to receiving personalized feedback and identifying knowledge gaps. Additional Body is built to help students walk into their defense room with deeper understanding and greater confidence. So joining me to do this discussion is the man himself, Etonam Amekuji. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Great. So you are the founder of Additional Body.
Yes.
Okay. So every great innovation starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that moment that you thought that someone would need an app like this?
So during my final year in university, when I was doing my master's, we were paired. Okay. So you and your partner, you have to do the project, and then eventually you defend. Now, in so doing, you have to meet your supervisor, ask multiple questions, and make sure you understand your documents.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge was having to find time to meet the supervisor, because they're supposed to guide you from the inception to the end.
It is always a problem, because they are either not available or have traveled or something of the sort.
Yes. Now, also finding the right time for my partner and I to also go and meet the supervisor was also a challenge. So one beautiful evening, while I was going through my AI tools, asking questions, trying to understand my documents, I realized that if every student had a tool that was personal to them, that they could reach out to at every given time, which anytime. People learn in the morning, afternoon, evenings, right? And your supervisor may not be available during those periods. So if you had your own personalized tool which you could learn from or learn with, that would be your companion and guide you through your journey, you are more likely to defend your thesis better because you are well prepared. And now preparation is what makes all of us better. When you plan properly,
absolutely,
you do very well.
So tell us, what exactly does Additional Body do?
Okay, so Additional Body is an AI companion that understands your document when you upload it, your thesis document.
So you have to upload the entire document. So does it mean that the document has to be completed, or maybe probably chapter after chapter?
Okay, so you can do chapter after chapter to ensure that each chapter is great.
Okay.
So for example, you can upload your chapter 1 individually, 2, 3, and when you're also done, you can also upload the entire chapter.
Okay.
So it gives you a comprehensive overview to understand better, and then
okay.
So
okay. All right. So the final year defense is something that every university student dreads.
Yeah.
So from your own observation, what do you think students struggle with the most when preparing for the defense?
Genuinely, it's walking up to a panel feeling unprepared. You walk into a room with 3 people who are about to ask you questions you have no idea about, and you have a document of over 80 pages.
Yeah.
You've written a lot, you believe in your work, but you do not know whether they're going to ask you questions on the title, but to help you prepare.
Okay.
It's not supposed to replace your supervisor or your own intelligence or knowledge. It's supposed to make sure that you are grounded in your work and you understand the work that you've actually done.
Okay.
That's what it does.
Okay. So one of the things I understand that makes Additional Body interesting is that it gives personalized feedback on a student's specific research.
Yes.
So how does the AI understand a student's work well enough to generate like those relevant defense questions?
Okay. So our intelligence layer are designed so that it reads and understands your documents well enough, specific to the context in which you are giving. So for example, if my case study was on Star Oil, it reads my documents, understands what I have written, and then generates questions related to that. So each section is related to your work. So it doesn't pick generic questions, but picks questions exactly related to the work you've uploaded.
Okay. So I'm interested in knowing why the name Additional, in the sense that when I mention your name, I can tell that you're probably from the Bush region. Okay.
Yes.
But you named the app Additional Body. Like, what's the reason behind it?
So Additional, which is an Akan name, means learning, and Buddy is your friend. Now, Additional Buddy is an AI companion. So it's supposed to be your friend. It's not supposed to replace your supervisor. It's supposed to be a friend that you can ask at any time of your convenience to help you do what you want to do. And like I said, addition means learning. So you're learning buddy entirely. That's what addition buddy is.
Okay, so now you've started doing this in Ghana. How long has this been running?
This has been running for close to 6 months.
Okay, 6 months. What is the future looking like? Are you thinking of scaling it up such that students in other African countries and probably outside Europe and America can equally use?
Yes. And even in this 6 months, we've had people from Iceland, people from Russia, South Tome as well use the product and the companion, and they have given us good feedback. Now, yes, we do plan on going beyond Ghana. In fact, our main context is supposed to focus in Africa, or focus on universities in Africa. And part of the future developments is that today, additional buddy is a niche tool which focuses on the final year. But as we proceed, we want to ensure that every student from your level 100, you have this companion that can actually guide you, or you have your own personalized dashboard where you can upload your courses, and then it will help you study better by giving you personalized study tools, study practices, questions you can ask, notice places that you are failing in. So if, for example, if you have a course like quantitative methods, additional, when you regularly do quizzes, it will identify areas that you're lacking and then remind you that you're lacking in this area, so take a practice quiz to ensure that you're better. So now, even beyond the thesis, in your actual final year, in your level 100, you know where you're lacking and where you're supposed to enhance so that you can actually study better and pass your exams well. We do hope that every student is a first-class student.
Well, that's actually possible. I mean, that's what we look forward to. But, I mean, sadly, it's not a story when we talk about education in Ghana. I mean, I don't want to go into that anyway. You're schooled in Ghana, so you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyway, so building an AI product requires significant technical expertise and resources. So what has the journey for Addition Buddy look like so far? And what has been the hardest part getting off the ground?
Okay. The journey for building Addition Buddy for me was smoother because I encountered a problem, which was a problem that I found myself in. And in so doing, in solving that problem, I sort of had to research and find exactly what I need to solve the problem. So the research part maybe was a little challenging to find exactly, but also ensuring that the model generates the right questions for the students as well, because we know that AI can hallucinate. It's something that happens, but guiding the model to ensure that it doesn't do that, and ensuring that in case it doesn't have the right answers for the document, it indexes or tells the individual that your document does not contain the right information, so work on it. So it tries to avoid that layer of hallucination and ensure that it always has a good answer. And if it doesn't output a wrong feedback.
Okay, so within the last 6 months that has been running, have you ever had anybody say, I did this and maybe what I was expecting was not what came out? Have you had anything of the sort?
So far, so good, not yet, because we continuously improve from our end to ensure that every single day we do a test to ensure that we're getting the right feedback.
Okay, so the context within which you have put it in the earlier submission, hoping to, get the app expanded into where students can be able to now probably consider the academic journey semester after semester and what's it called, evaluate themselves. How long are you looking to scale up into that part of the app?
Okay, when you say how long?
Yeah, basically now what you're doing is more of defense work.
Yes.
But you said that you would want to scale it up to where, students at any level can use it to evaluate whatever they are doing and things like that. Yes. So between now to that time, how long are you looking to make that happen?
So currently we are working on the phases, ensuring that we can get it up and running close to, let's say, in a year. But currently is a niche tool which focuses on defense, and we want to ensure that. Let me make this joke. During the COVID time, some students wish they had AI tools to help them pass their exams. Unfortunately, prior to that, there were none of that. So if you were not there at the time, you didn't have some of the tools. So for those who are currently here today would have the defense, but probably by next year, the new students will benefit more from Addition Buddy.
Okay, but generally, what has been the feedback from people who have used what you have developed so far? What's the general outlook or feedback, perception, whatever?
Okay. So the general feedback is looking great.
Okay.
And we recently had somebody even post on LinkedIn
Okay.
that additional body helped them through their defense. They also mentioned that it didn't take away the nervousness from them, but it helped them feel more prepared to stand in front of the panel.
Okay. Well, so in getting close to this conversation, what does the future look like for additional body? We have just talked about what you have done in the last 6 months. You are hoping in the next year every student can use it.
Yeah.
Largely, what does the future look like for additional body?
So we hope that every student has that one companion that will be there for them academically, because they say knowledge is power. And now there's information, but access to information does not mean understanding. So people have the information, students have the information. You can find information everywhere, but having the access to information doesn't mean you understand the information. So this companion is supposed to help you understand the information. Now, not every student is able to grasp in class. So you come to class, you sit in class for 3 hours, you hear lots of things, but when you come back, you don't remember. So this tool is supposed to help you and guide you understand the information in which you're given.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So for any other Ghanaian, young Ghanaian like yourself, who is looking to, or who's watching you now, and wants to build a product like they have built, what would be that one advice you would give them to kickstart that journey?
That one advice, that's a very interesting question. I would say that if it's a problem that you feel like a lot of people like yourself are facing, and it's a scalable problem, fix it.
Fix it. That sounds like a philosophical statement. Fix it. All right, we'll see how the future is fixed with additional body. But lastly, are you making money off this app?
So the purpose for additional body was supposed to be free. That was the entire intention when I built additional body.
That was. Okay.
But as it went on, the cost of maintenance went a little bit high. So we introduced a fee, which is 10 cedis. Now, 10 cedis is almost less than $1 or $1 for every student. And you can generate a minimum of 5 questions. Now, 5 documents, 5 different documents. So if you have 5 different documents, you could generate each of them. And 10 CDs is extremely cheap.
So is that what you pay when you download the app?
And it's in 5 different documents, you would need to repurchase credits again.
Okay. So if I am looking to download this app, where can I find it?
So it's addesuabody.com, ADESUABUDDY.com.
Okay, it's a website. It's not. Okay, so basically, then you have to get on the website and then do whatever you have to do. Okay, all right. So you heard Etonam Amekuji. He's the founder of Additional Body, and I guess you might want to try it out if you are a student, and then let him have some feedback. And young Ghanaian tech startup. So let's support our own. This has been the lifestyle segment on the Hello Africa Morning Show, and this is how we end the show for today. My name is Philemon Edwards. Make a date with us again next week. Bye-bye.